How to create an SSH connection terminal shortcut on Mac OS X. It sucks to open terminal each time and write a complete SSH command. How can I create an SSH connection terminal shortcut on Mac OS X 10.6.8, Snow Leopard? I also have a custom port to connect to.
The most NixY answer is to use SSH's features to your advantage. Create a file named configin_/.ssh/ a folder named .ssh in your home folder. Add an entry for each computer you want to connect to, like this. Hostname can be either an IP address or an actual hostname. Port is not mandatory if using default SSH port. Identity file is not mandatory if not using a key. Then, to connect, just type SSH copy. If you use key-based authentication and store your key's password in the keychain, you won't even need to enter a password. In addition, you can create a command file, a plain text file with the extension command, containing the command line you use to connect to the server, SSH copy, or sshi.ssh/my_rsa_ key p90 Sydney at 98.256.211.12. It will open in terminal and run that command. You can also use the new remote connection menu item in terminal to connect. Just add your host under SSH by clicking the plus button in the right column. Read more here.
You have a couple of options that I can think of. Create a command file. In your favorite text editor, create to save a plain text file with your SSH command, e.g. Name the file, whatever_command. You then need to set the .command file with execute privileges, chmod 755/path/the/whatever_command. But you now have a file that when double-clicked will open up terminal and run that command. Create aliases for your shell. Assuming you're using bash, the default shell in Mac OS X, you can add aliases to your .bashrc in your home folder. E.g., alias server equals p23admin@server.example.com. You can find more about aliases at Wikipedia this URL command, or by reading the documentation.
There are many ways to do this. Here is what I do. Open Terminal Preferences. Duplicate your profile on the Settings tab with the gear icon. This changes your default setting file, so change your old default back to what it was before the duplication. In your new custom settings, click on Shell, type in your SSH command in the Run command at Startup section. Rename your new setting from Custom to whatever you want. You can now start your session from the new window or new tab menu items, and of course a keyboard shortcut can be assigned in Keyboard and AMP, Mouse and System Preferences.
For those who use a private key with their SSH and want to use the /.ssh/config method, you can add an identity file attribute to your host followed with the key path, i.e. I would have added this bit as a comment to one of the answers, but my reputation is still low and I'm not allowed to do so.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.